Things are constantly changing all around us. The materials that make up all the stuff around you could be changing in shape, size, or structure. They may be releasing or absorbing energy and even creating new substances. What's the difference between chemical and physical changes? Let's find out together. S'mores are my favorite, and they go perfectly with a campfire. There's a lot of stuff happening outside, here by the fire. We have the fire burning, the marshmallow cooking, ice in my lemonade melting, nature growing and changing all around us. In chemistry, most of these changes are divided into two categories: chemical changes and physical changes. But how can you tell the difference? In physical changes, the appearance changes, but the substance does not. So physical changes can be changes in size, shape, changes in state, like moving from a solid to a liquid. These changes do not form new substances. Just looking around out here, I can spot a few physical changes. What happens when I take a bite of this s'more? My teeth break apart the marshmallow, chocolate, and graham cracker into smaller pieces, so I can get it down into my digestive system. This is a physical change. The different pieces of the s'more are still graham cracker and chocolate and marshmallow, just much smaller and mushed together, like this. What about the ice melting in my lemonade? It was solid, but out here next to the fire, it's getting pretty hot, so it's melting and changing state. Even though it looks really different as liquid water, it's still H2O, just like it was in its solid state as ice. Even my napkin has gone through a change. It was nice and flat and square, but I squished it and crumpled it up into a ball. It looks nothing like it did. It even has some chocolate on it. Has the napkin become a different substance? No. It's dirty and crumpled, but it is still the same material or substance as before. In chemical changes, the particles that make up two or more substances rearrange to form a new substance. I don't know about you, but I can't see the particles of any substance by just looking with my eyes. So how do we know that this has occurred? There are a few indicators that let us know that we have observed a chemical change. There is a color change, a smell is released, light is released, or gas is released. Those can be bubbles or fizzing, give off, or take in heat. Can we see any evidence of this happening out here by the campfire? What about the fire itself? The sticks and logs used to keep the fire burning are changing. They started off like this: cold, light brown, pretty dense and heavy. Now they are black, and some are even white. They have been releasing gas as smoke, which also has a smell. As the wood particles are changing, they are releasing light and giving off heat. This is a chemical change. The same thing happens when you cook your marshmallow. It changes color, some more than others. It also releases gas. If you're still here, liking this video, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Not again. Let's take a look at a few more examples. What about our lemonade? We made it by mixing water, sugar, and lemon juice together. It looks like one single substance, but it's not. On a very small scale, you still have water and sugar and lemon juice inside your cup, all floating along next to each other. In fact, after a long time, the water, sugar, and materials in the lemon juice would separate back out, forming things like water vapor or sugar crystals. What about this cake batter? It is a physical change. Even though all of the ingredients are really combined, it will not be a chemical change until it spends time in the oven. So anything baked, bread, bagels, cupcakes, cookies are all examples of chemical changes. What about this rusty nail? It started off as a shiny iron nail, but the metal has been exposed to air and moisture, which can cause rust to form. This is known as oxidation. This is a chemical change. The exposed metal has changed. This water that is beginning to boil looks like it is forming gas. What type of change is happening? It's a physical change. The water is simply changing state from a liquid to a gas. Those bubbles are not newly formed particles. They are simply water in gas form escaping. I bet you can find one chemical change and one physical change right now, right there around you. Give it a try. And if you want to learn more science, you can check out this video next. No. Oh no. I just dripped chocolate on my pants.